TIFU by not locking my door at night. Okay, so about an hour ago I was woken up by my girlfriend, who was adamant the cat was acting weird. It's almost 3 in the morning, so I'm all for ignoring it and going back to sleep, but nope, she want me to go see if he's been sick somewhere. Alright, fine, I'll humor the damn cat and go see what he wants. The second I walk out into the hall I know something isn't right, and then I spot it just to my left. The door handle is about halfway down and the door is about to open or shut, and I have no idea which. Now, I'm not a physically intimidating guy by any stretch of the imagination, but my girlfriend and young child are inside, so I'm not waiting to see what's on the other side of that door. I wedge my foot as hard as I can against the bottom of the door, pull the handle up, and twist the key all in one motion, but by the time I'm looking out the peephole they are gone. I hear whoever it was run out into the street at top speed. Thank God. But now a new problem. Are they going out or coming in? The first one is fine, I stopped them getting in and no one got hurt, and they have now ran away at top speed. The second one though, this has me worried that they weren't alone. I start to search the flat. No one seems to be here, good, thank heavens. Honestly, I wasn't thinking about what might happen if I found someone. I go to our bedroom and let my girlfriend know everything is okay, but someone tried to get in. I call the police and they take a few details and ask if everything is okay. I'll let them know no one is here and that they didn't get in. About 15 minutes go by. The whole time I'm shaking and checking all the rooms over and over. Then I get a phone call. Good news, they caught them. Yup, them, 2 of them. And they ask a question that get my heart going again. Are you missing a wallet? I don't think so. I'm sure they weren't even inside, but I don't know for sure. Sure enough, I check my coat pocket that's in the living room at the opposite end of the flat from the front door, and it's gone. They were inside, and not only that, they had gone through my jacket and God knows what else. The police arrived shortly after to give me my wallet back and take a statement. Apparently these guys were off their face on drugs, but managed to mission impossible through my flat without making a sound. They were caught on CCTV trying to get into parked cars in the area. Thank God the cat was acting shifty. He's getting to sleep in the bed tonight. Lesson of the day: check your door at night. Don't take it for granted that someone else locked it. TLDR, didn't check the door and 2 drugged up youths got into my flat, stole my wallet, and almost got away with it if it hadn't been for that pesky cat. TIFU by accidentally becoming gay on New Year's. Well, here goes. Twas the night of New Year's, and I was at a friend's place just outside of town. Our group had planned on having this sort of grown-up night instead of a New Year's party. We had planned on getting together, making a 3-course dinner, and playing games and just enjoying ourselves. Yeah, I know. The reason being is that the majority of us in this group of 13 are in relationships, 5 couples and 3 single boys to be exact. Anyways, as the night went by we kept joking about having no New Year's kiss and so on, and me and my friend, we'll call him Dave, start joking about being each other's New Year's kiss. Okay, you need to have this in mind. I'm a guy who's not really into the hummus business, but I don't really back off when it comes to kissing dudes or making out with another with them for that matter. I figure, hey, that's just another person. Kissing another dude doesn't mean I enjoy getting my plum penetrated by another man's love stick. Anyways, the countdown begins and we just go for it. Just a small kiss on the lips and nothing more. Just for the sake of the meme, we hold each other in an unholy position that only lovebirds whom are about to marry one another should hold, and start enjoying the fireworks. At this point, one of the so-called females notices us and starts to laugh and doesn't believe that we actually kissed, so just to mess with her we go at each other as if our life depended on it. Someone films this on the platform Note a Man a Snapchat and sends it to world with the caption, "So glad they finally came out." The night continues, and so does the party. The next day me and Dave are in town and enjoying our after party tradition, which is hungover kebab pizza with extra garlic sauce, and this random couple, 16 or something, my little sister's friends, congratulate us. We don't think of it much and just assume they mean New Year. We go home to my place to play some video games and hang out, and thus my father happens. He congratulates us as well and tells Dave he's glad that I chose him out of all the other people in an awkward manner. I still haven't got it, but Dave's laughing his butt off. I ask my dad if he can leave us alone, and he tells me, oh, I see you want some space to do your thing, now that there's no hiding it, and winks. That's when I realize and panic. It turns out some jerk saved the Snapchat video somehow and shared it on Facebook. Being in a small town, everyone wanted to show that they're tolerant and fond of these so-called hummus people, so everyone liked and shared the video. It's January the 2nd and everywhere I go people congratulate me. Yay. I guess I'm a gay now. TLDR. Made out with a friend, guy, on New Year's as a joke. It went viral. Everyone in my town thinks I'm homosexual. I guess I'm gay now. TIFU. By spraying Diet Pepsi all over strangers at the airport at 6 AM. I need to wake up gradually with plenty of coffee if I'm going to have a good day. One day, in a strange city, I overslept and had to make the airport immediately. Through superpowers that I didn't even know I had, I managed to pack, get the rental to the right place after fueling it, grab a shuttle to the airport, get through security, and made it to the gate with 10 or so minutes to spare. Although I had squeezed in a shower, I hadn't had any food, or, more importantly, caffeine, since the day before. With my few leftover minutes I went scavenging for food, and although I was looking for a coffee and hopefully a pastry or something, but at 6 AM not everything was open and all I could get was a Diet Pepsi and a hot dog. I find that Diet Pepsi has just a little too much fizz for my liking, and I have this habit of taking a slug and then putting the cap back on, giving it a good shake to fill the space I made with my drink with fizz, and then slowly bleed the fizz off by cracking the cap. This reduces the fizz to the perfect amount for me. So I was in a strange airport at 6 AM after an hour and a half of frantic scurrying without caffeine, completely discombobulated, and I take the slug, give the bottle a good shake, and then completely uncap the bottle, spraying Diet Pepsi in about a 10-foot radius. Even though the airport was only half open, the gate was completely packed. Everyone was in fresh, clean clothes on their way to meetings far away. I completely drenched at least 8 people, getting Diet Pepsi all over the front of them, soaking their faces and hair. And all I could say was sorry. Edit. One of the best and most comforting things about Reddit is that no matter how weird you are, no matter how sick and twisted your porn, no matter how disgusting your favorite recipes, no matter how strange your habits, there's someone out there that does exactly the same, or worse than you. Except this little Diet Pepsi habit of mine. No one else does this. I thought for sure all kinds of people would relate. But it works. TLDR, my weird technique of tweaking the carbonation in my soda resulted in me drenching strangers at the beginning of their very important days. TIFU. By getting arrested over a meme. Like many posts, this did not happen today, but roughly 7 months ago. This is the first time I can talk about it for reasons you will find out. Let's start here. I was coming home from a college tour, 17 at the time, and decided to go on Twitter and post this edgy meme, accompanied by the caption "Me when I come home from school." This sort of dark humor was not out of the ordinary for me, and was something that made me stick out from the bunch amidst my peers. I sat at work later that night and pondered deleting the post, but I just thought nah, no one is gonna get all bent out of shape over this. I wasn't even at school today, but boy was I wrong. While driving home from work and passing my high school, I watched 2 cars from the local police pull out from the school lot and I ended up following them all the way to my house. I nearly defecated myself when I saw their turn signals come on before my driveway. Once I get out of the car, they informed me someone had contacted the school over my tweet and was genuinely concerned with my intentions. I immediately retort that it was only a horrible attempt at dark humor and quickly deleted the post. They then asked to search my bedroom and car to make sure I had no weapons, which I let them do because I could understand their concern, and probably cause seemed real enough. They obviously found nothing and were out of my house in minutes. They then contacted my principal and I was told to not go to school on time next day, but to come at 9 o'clock and go immediately to the office. This is where my bad decisions start up again. As soon as I pull in, I can tell they had extra officers at the school, meaning they really presumed I was some threat. My parents and I went into the office and my principal informed me I was suspended for the rest of the year, as only 8 days were left, and would have to appear for an expulsion hearing. I became nearly hysterical as I'm a relatively prominent student and had never had any major disciplinary action brought down upon me, and all of this over a silly meme. There was no way this was happening to me. After this, the principal informs me that the police would come in and ask me a couple of questions. Moments later, a detective walks in with another officer and I'm told this is a pretty serious situation and there is not much else we can do. So I will ask you to please stand up. And that was when I was put in handcuffs and walked out of the school. The township charged me for terroristic threats and some form of disturbing the peace. I was immediately put on house arrest with electronic monitoring. I was not allowed to leave the house for almost a month. This month was a real shock for me, and I spent most of it solemnly and feeling totally drained. Fast forward a bit, and I'm given a curfew. I start working again, but other than that, not a word to the outside world or any of my peers from school. By the time of my hearing July 7th, I had lawyered up and already had walked out of my expulsion hearing with a win. With my clean record and model behavior, juvenile probation offered me a consent decree. This meant that all I had to do was serve a 6-month probation, do 25 hours of community service, pay my court fees, and stay clean to have all of this wiped away. We went this route, and I had that damned bracelet cut from my ankle that very day. I had now regained some fraction of my freedom. Freedom I had lost over a stupid meme. 6 months go by of good behavior. I had a pretty chill PO who I only had to see once a month, and I received my letter in the mail officially terminating my service. It has been a long, dreadful 7 months of my life that I'm happy to have behind me, but I really do believe I have become a much better person in the meantime and have no major regrets looking back. It is still ridiculous seeing how much can happen when you upset the wrong person. TLDR, tweeted a dumb meme that made people think I was gonna shoot up my school. Got arrested and spent 6 months on probation. Edit. For those wondering, I'm very aware that the school and police had to react in the manner they did and fully understand the severity of what I said. I had plenty of time to think my actions over